Good morning. How are you all? Hope you people are enjoying the lessons taken by me every day. And I'm sure you must be completing your work too. Today we are going to start with a very interesting topic. And you are going to love it. When we were small, we used to take the used sheet, and what we used to do is we used to fold it like this and take the scissor and we used to cut it somewhere. So let me show you what I used to do. I used to cut from some parts of this paper, and because I used to like cutting a lot, so that point of time this was an interesting activity from me, that from all the sides I used to cut it and just make something out of it. So it goes like this, I am going to cut it whichever way I want. I can make a rectangle, I can make a square, and you can also do this if you have newspaper, origami sheet. You could see some shape is coming up. You can just keep on cutting it and making something out of it. Then you can fold it here and just cut it whichever way you want. A circle, a triangle, and if you are good at it, so you can do anything. Okay. Now, look here. When I open this, what comes out? It's a nice, beautiful design. And when I open the whole page, it looks like this. Now, the most important thing is, when I am folding it half, one half is overlapping the another half. So, when one half can overlap the other half exactly of anything, it is called they are in symmetry. And that object is called as a symmetrical object. Can you see? Now, if I quarter fold it also, then also it is exactly overlapping and you can see through it. So, this is a very nice activity. You can take newspaper, do it from newspaper. This was a used sheet, so I just took it and showed it to you. Now, today we are going to talk about symmetry and symmetry in different objects. So, I have gathered a few things and I am going to show you. Look at this specs. You all can see that this specs, if I draw a line here, this side is exactly same as this side. So, we see that there is a symmetry in this specs. Now, let me take this. You know this eye mask? Yes. Now, can you see if I half fold this eye mask, again, one half is overlapping the another half. So, I can say that this eye mask also has symmetry. Let us take another example. You all are aware of fork. We eat a lot of things using fork. Now, if you see here that from the center, if I draw a line, it can be divided into two equal symmetrical halves. Two equal halves which look as it is same. I have another example of this box. Look at this box. It is rectangle in shape. And you can see that this is equal. So if I draw a line in the center here, one half will be same as the another half. Tell me, what about this? This is also almost rectangular in shape. So when I half fold it, one half is overlapping the another half, but something is written on it. And if this thing is not same on both the halves, this is not in the shape of symmetry. Let me take another example of this drawing. This sheet. So when I half fold it, what comes? See. Can you see? Now, this side is not exactly same as the another side. So, this means that this is also not in symmetry. Remember children, if something is in symmetry, that means its one half will be same as the another half, like this spoon. So if I look in the center and divide this spoon into two equal halves, the one half is exactly same as the another half. One more example I would like to give you about is of this glass. You could see it is same from all the sides. So if I am going to cut it from between or draw a line in the center, again one half will be same as the another half. Now, there is very interesting thing which I found in my house. This is a magnet. This is a magnet, and on this Rashtrapati Bhavan is made, if you could see it. And what I found out by looking at this, if I draw a line here in the center, exactly same. This half is exactly same as this half. So this is a very interesting fact about Rashtrapati Bhavan. The front side, one half is exactly same as the another half. Now, I wanted to make a butterfly, but because my drawing was not so good, I found a very nice way. How? See what I did. I took this page and I had drawn a half part of the butterfly. Now, I wanted to make the wings exactly same. And all of us know that most of the butterfly wings, both the wings have same design on it. There are many cases where the butterfly do not have same design on both the wings, but most of the butterfly, they do have same design on the wing. So, I am going to give you an excellent idea, and with this idea, you can make masks also. How? And mask making is also given on the last sheet of this chapter. So, what I did was, I half folded this and then I had drawn the half part of the butterfly. So what I am going to do, I am going to just take the scissors and I am going to cut this. And what you will see is the magic, and we don't need to actually struggle to draw a nice beautiful drawing. We can, using this method, using the method of symmetry, we can actually draw or cut the object in exactly same shape as we want them to be. So now see, there is a magic. This is the butterfly. And you can see that one half is exactly same as the second half. So my dear children, this is the topic which we are talking about today. Symmetry. The object whose one half is same as the another half are in symmetry, and they are called as symmetrical objects. And very important fact about our body is like this. Like if we stand and we see from the center, our one half is exactly same as the another half. line of symmetries will this fork have? From the center, vertical, there will be one line of symmetry. But we cannot do it from here. So, this will have only one line of symmetry. What about these spectacles? How can we draw the line of symmetry in spectacles? So, what do? We draw the line from the center. And the spectacles will have one line of symmetry. What is symmetry? An object is said to be in symmetry when its one half is exactly same as the another half, and the objects that show symmetry are called as symmetrical object. Do you remember this design of mine? And I have folded it to make to cut it. Now, observe carefully. Whenever I am folding, what is happening? That there is a line which is coming in the center. I hope you are able to observe this line. Let me show it to you with the help of a darkened pen. So, if I see, then there is this line, a partition line you could say. This partition line which is there and which is dividing the both sides of this page into two equal halves. This line is called as line of symmetry. This line defines that an object can be in symmetry or one side can be equal to the another side. So if we see here, I have a line of symmetry here and I can do it like this also. That means I can draw one line of symmetry here also. And you can make out somewhat this shape is in rectangle. And in yesterday's video tutorial, I shared that a rectangle has how many line of symmetries? Do you remember it? A rectangle has two line of symmetries. So you can see that one and this is the second one. So the rectangle is having two line of symmetry and this is the line of symmetry in this pattern. Now, you remember this mask? When I half folded this mask, there was again a line of symmetry formed. This line of symmetry was exactly in the center. So, we can see here the line of symmetry is always in the exact center of the object or the shape whichever we are taking. Now, let us see this. I gave you another example where I said, see whether it is there or not. So, can we see any line of symmetry here? No. If I am going to fold it this way, there will be no line of symmetry. Now, once again, let us recall how many line of symmetries were there in the square? There were 4 line of symmetry. In a rectangle, 2 line of symmetry. In a triangle, 3 line of symmetry. Depending upon the length of the sides. And in this circle, there are infinite line of symmetry. What do you think about this? If I draw a line in the center, the straight line, so there is one line of symmetry here. Can I cut this in this way? Like this? If I do it like this, then the upper part will not be same as the lower part. So, this glass will be having just one line of symmetry. Tell me about this ball. This ball is again circle. Now, if we see this ball, they have already drawn these black, it's a design. But if we see carefully, the design is dividing the ball into two equal halves. And there can be more designs which I can make in another way. So this ball might be having more than 10 or maybe infinite line of symmetry.
Let's see some more example of symmetry.
This is a triangle. How many sides does a triangle have, Sandy?
Triangle has 3 sides.
Now, Sandy, come forward, please. Right, I want you to choose the correct card and put it under a triangle. I'm going to do a symmetry lesson. It will integrate with language as well as with the visual art aspect of life skills. The aim of the lesson is for learners to recognize and identify the lines of symmetry in 2D geometrical shapes. How many sides does a square have? Yes, Malaika?
4.
A square has 4 sides. Now come, Malaika, choose the correct card and put it under a square. Right, well done, my girl. Let's move on to the next shape.
Circle.
How many sides does a circle have?
9.
Grade 3s, when it comes to a circle, it's a bit tricky because some people believe that a circle doesn't have any sides and some believe that a circle has infinite sides. We went through the different 2D geometrical shapes, which I cut out of cardboard and will later display in my classroom as a resource. I discussed the number of sides each shape has and attaching words for shapes, which led to maths integration with language.
Triangle, square, circle, hexagon, diamond, octagon.
Right. Grade 3s, I'm going to put another set of shapes on the board and I want you to look at them carefully. What do you notice about these shapes? Yes, Sivuise?
They all divided into halves.
We took the shapes we had just discussed and introduced the concept of symmetry with a halving line. This dotted line has a special name. Does anyone know what we call this dotted line?
It's a line of symmetry.
Wow, well done, Jolene. Yes, this line that you see drawn in the middle of each shape is called the line of symmetry. And our lesson for today is about symmetry. Does anyone know what symmetry means? Yes, Leila?
Symmetry means equal, like one half is equal and the other half is equal.
Symmetry means that both sides are the exact same when split in half. And we say that the two sides are mirror images of each other. Right, I'm now going to give each of you a mirror and half of a shape. I want you to hold your mirror along the dotted line and tell me what you see in your mirror. Okay. I thought since symmetry involves a mirror image, we could use mirrors to reinforce the concept and help the learners to get a good understanding of what symmetry is about.
It's a heart.
The other side of the heart that you see in your mirror, is it similar to the side that I already gave you?
Yes.
Very good. So now can we say that a heart is symmetrical or not?
Yes.
Yes, it is symmetrical. Why?
Because it has equal sides.
Very good, because it has two equal sides. I want you to take your pencils and complete your shape by drawing its mirror image as you see it in your mirror. Right. Once you're happy with your half that you've drawn, you can take your black marker and go over it. It is important to walk around and check that everybody understands the concept. Perfect. I took a rectangle and folded it in different ways to find the lines of symmetry. Right. I want you to look at this shape now. Do all sides match? No. No, they don't. So, can we call this fold line a line of symmetry? No. No, we can't call this fold line a line of symmetry because both sides don't fit perfectly on top of each other. Right. I'm going to try and fold my rectangle now this way. Now, can we call this fold line a line of symmetry?
Yes.
Why do you say so?
Both of them are squares and it has a line of symmetry.
Because both sides fit perfectly on top of each other and all edges are actually they're matching, right? It is important for the kids to see that a single object can have fold lines that are non-symmetrical and fold lines that are symmetrical, and perhaps even have more than one line of symmetry. I want you to look at this rectangle very carefully. Do you think that there could be another line of symmetry in this rectangle just by looking at it? How many of you think that there could be another line of symmetry? Let's try and see if we can find another line of symmetry here. Okay, firstly, we folded our rectangle this way, remember, and it didn't work. Then we folded it this way and it worked. Right, now let's try and fold it this way. There we go, perfect. Now can we call this fold line a line of symmetry? Yes, we can call this fold line a line of symmetry because both sides are exactly the same. Good. So how many lines of symmetry does a rectangle have altogether? 2. A rectangle has 2 lines of symmetry. And if you look at the lines, one is drawn from top to bottom, and the other one is drawn from left to right. And there's a special word that we use for a line that is drawn from top to bottom.
Vertical.
Very good. It's a vertical line. This one is a vertical line. Right, and what do we call this line that is drawn from left to right?
Horizontal.
A rectangle has 2 lines of symmetry. It has a vertical line of symmetry and a horizontal line of symmetry. Right. It is important for the kids not only to watch, but to do it practically and find as many lines of symmetry as possible to solidify the concept. To reinforce this, I gave children a square and asked them to work in groups and fold a square in different ways in order to determine how many lines of symmetry a square has. Sibuyise's group, how many lines of symmetry did you find in a square? This is one line, this is another line, and this is another line. 1, yes, that's 2, 3, 4. So how many lines of symmetry does a square have altogether? 4. Right, Sibuyise, come show us how you folded your square in order to get those 4 lines of symmetry. Right, I'm going to give you a new one now, like this. Right, how did you fold it first? Just show us. Firstly, she folded it. Very good. Firstly, she folded it like this, and that's how she got her first line of symmetry. Let me draw it quickly. There we go. There we go, one. I got one of the learners to demonstrate how they got their lines of symmetry so that those who struggled were able to watch a practical example of how it was done. During this demonstration, learners were introduced to another line of symmetry, which is a diagonal line. Well done. And she folded it in this direction. Let's use another color for our third line. Some of the learners got confused and counted the lines of symmetry from the center. So here I drew the lines of symmetry in different colors so that they can carry the lines of symmetry through from corner to corner. How many lines of symmetry does a square have altogether? 4. 4 lines of symmetry in total. Right. And remember, when we were working with our rectangle, we said this line that is drawn from top to bottom is called a? Vertical. Very good. It's called a vertical line. And this one that is drawn from left to right is called a? Horizontal. Very good. It's called a horizontal line. But look at our square now. There's another line that we have. See, does anyone know what this line is called? This one that goes like this, or that is drawn like this. Does anyone know what that one is called?
A diagonal line.
Well done, grade 3s. In the next exercise, I gave learners a selection of shapes and asked them to sort them into symmetrical and non-symmetrical shapes on the board. Some of these shapes were more complex, so the learners were encouraged to think clearly about what they had just learned. Thank you so much, guys, for helping me. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much. I'm going to give each one of you a page like this. And I want you to fold it into 2 halves and then draw half of a butterfly. The exercise of decorating the butterfly symmetrically using symmetrical shapes encouraged the learners to put into practice what they had learned and think about symmetry. There we go. You must draw half of a butterfly, and then you must take your pair of scissors and cut this out for me. What do you think is going to happen when we open this?
It's going to be a butterfly.
There we go. We have our butterfly now. Right. And I want you to decorate this butterfly symmetrically. I'm going to give each of you colored paper like this. You're also going to fold this into 2 halves. And you're going to draw half of a shape of your choice. Let's say maybe you decide to draw a heart. Okay. You're just going to draw half of a heart like this. Got your symmetrical picture now of a heart. And then you can cut it into 2 equal halves. And then you may decorate your butterfly. Remember, when you decorate, whatever you put this side, you must also put on the other side so that your picture, also that your decoration looks symmetrically. Otherwise, if you don't do that, it's not going to be symmetrical. Okay, so whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other side as well.
Tit for tat. One day, Amina met a painter. Can you make my picture? Yes, sure. I charge ₹200 for it. After a while, the painter showed her the picture. Amina, how do you like it? But this is only half. The other half is exactly the same. So, just put the mirror to get the complete picture. Now, can I have my money? So see, he asked Amina to put the mirror, and you could see that her one half is looking same as the another half. Amina gave him ₹100 note, but this is only half the money. The other half is exactly the same. So just put a mirror next to the note to give the full money. And this is how Amina taught him a lesson. The painter had made many such pictures in which he drew only one half of the things and see, there are so many pictures given here. only the half is given. So what we are going to do? We have to draw the other half. So this you can do in your textbook itself. Can we repeat the painter's trick while drawing the pictures of the following? Look at the flag of India. If I make the half of it like this, will it be same? No, because there is a color difference. And if I do it vertically, again it will not be the same. Same is the case with this cup. I cannot make it half like this or like this. What about this caterpillar? Can I make a half of the caterpillar? I want all of you to think about it and tell to your parents. If you ask the painter to draw things which cannot be divided in two parts, then what will happen? Cannot be divided into two similar mirror halves, then he cannot play the trick. Draw 3 more such things which do not have similar mirror halves. So whatever you feel like, you can draw at home in your rough. Now look at these pictures. They have drawn lines, dotted lines. Does the dotted line divide its picture into two similar mirror halves? What about this one? Can we see that this and this will be same when we draw a dotted line from the center? What about this one? This is the same as this. And if like this, if I draw the horizontal line, so if I want, I can fold it and check that it is not same. Like this, no, it is not same. What about this one? Yes, this is the tree. The one half is same as the other half. No, it is not. B. Yes, if you draw a horizontal line from the center, then B is divided into two equal halves. What about D? Yes, it is divided into two equal halves. This shape is wrong. Here also it is wrong. What about heart? This is correct. What about this one? It is also correct. This is also correct. This is also correct. This is absolutely wrong. Mirror half or line of symmetry will be drawn like this. What about this one? No. Now they are asking you to give some more example. Keep studying the textbook, children. We are also doing side by side textbook with you.